Well, greetings. Morning with you. My name is Leslie Montgomery, and you are tuned into LKM Kingdom Living, Leslie's Lessons Learned. And this morning, we're going to be talking about you deserve to win. Keep on coming. Uh, it's important that you understand that you deserve to win. Let's get started. So, yes, I am in Cali. I am in Cali, and Minister Wanda's watching, preparing for her event. And, I done started talking about it, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about it first and then get into talking about some other things. But today, which is the 15th of March at 3 o'clock Cali time at the city of the Lord Zion. And there's going to be an event that is hosted by Minister Wanda Floyd, L. Floyd, I must say. And we're excited about that event. Everybody has come in that is on an assignment because this is definitely an assignment. And, Minister Wanda is her event and she's going to be talking. You know what? And then we have Alicia Johnson that's going to be talking. Uh, um, Minister Wanda, I should have got everybody's topic from you. She flew in, she's here, she came in last night. So we're excited for those that are coming in to be a part. And then there's me, little me. Leslie's Lessons Learned, Leslie Montgomery is also a part. And I'm going to be talking about that chatter in your head that keeps you from being successful in your life. So we're going to talk about that. Then we have Nicole Holmes, and she's one of the speakers as well. And she's going to be speaking to us. And I cannot remember what everybody's going to be talking about. And then we have Dr. Mathis. She was always on the platform, but she's going to be closing us out tomorrow. Um, or not tomorrow, today. She's going to be closer. She is the keynote speaker. So listen, if you're in the area, come on over. Get the bus. I don't even know how the bus runs on Sunday. Get the train, drive here, whatever you need to do to get to this event because enough is enough. Change the game, not the player. We the player, but we're going to change how we operate and do things, how we allow ourselves to be consumed by other things in life. And we're going to talk about it today. And I'm excited. I'm excited about what Yahweh is going to do. And I want to greet Pastor Jackie. And I want to say happy birthday to Sister Alfreda. She's here as well, and today is her birthday, and she was so excited about being here for her birthday and to finally meet Minister Wanda. So it's a good thing to give thanks unto the Lord and to sing praises unto his name. We're just so excited today about the moving of Yahweh in our lives. Times it's time to change. It's time to do things differently. It's time to see yourself differently. And once she's putting it in there. Thank you. I didn't see that. So Alicia's talking about impatience while waiting. Yes, impatience while waiting. We have um, Nicole Holmes, self sabotage, man, and Minister Wanda, procrastination. These are things in our lives that holds us back, keeps us from being what Yahweh has called us to be. Look, all these ladies that's here, I didn't think y'all was going to be up this morning, but you're up. So uh, I'm glad you're up. I could have dragged some of y'all in. Yes, good morning from San Francisco, California. So as I do every Sunday, I look in the mirror, and when I look in the mirror, when I used to look in the mirror, I saw self sabotage. I saw uh, grief, and what's some of the other topics. I saw being impatient. I saw these things in my own life. And when I looked in the mirror, hey sis, and when I look in the mirror now, I only see the grace of the Father. Yes, I have makeup on, and yes, I could stop right there, but the makeup doesn't make me what Yahweh has made me. Yahweh has made me fearfully and wonderfully made, and He has done the same thing for you as well. He has made you fearfully and wonderfully made, and I'm just so grateful this morning that when I look in the mirror, I'm not looking in the mirror anymore. And I mean, but it still could be easy in saying, is life worth living? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not looking in the mirror saying, I don't need to be here any longer. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not looking in the mirror and saying, there's no hope. All hope is lost. I'm not looking in the mirror and saying that anymore. And if you feel that way, it's time to change your perspective on life and the things in your life. A lot of times we do things because of our perspective. We do things that because of the way we think about ourselves, not the way Yahweh thinks about ourselves. So this evening at 3 o'clock, those are some of the things that we're going to be overcoming. Some of those areas in our lives that have been clouded for so long by different situations, things that have hurt us through our past from childhood all the way up. I remember things that wasn't positive between my mom and dad at the age of 4. I remember things. Some children, they go back even, they can remember things from 2 years old. There's things in our lives because we don't deal with them, they overtake us. So there was a lot of things I had to overcome, and I had to not allow to overtake me because of what I had experienced and what I've been through now. Um, there's a few things we like to say, and where am I? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna start with the video. Hopefully it'll play because this internet's been a little wacky. Uh,
What did you do to my sign?
I wrote the same, but in different words.
Thanks.
Change your words, change your life. And yes, we love that. And the thing that had gotten my attention from the beginning was when I saw the sign that said, "It's a beautiful day, but I can't see it." How many of us are living in a space where you can't see the beauty of the day, that you can't, yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. Yes, that it will be broadcast from Facebook page and YouTube from Minister Wanda's page. So um, go to what's that, Wanda L. Floyd on YouTube and on Facebook, and you'll be able to see it. Thank you so much, Miss Madeline, for. So if you can't, if you cannot get here, it's still going to be available for you. It's still going to be, you're still going to be able to get in and be able to experience what we're going to experience. Come with an open heart. Come with a willingness to no longer hold on to those things that you've held on for so many years, those things that made you not be able to extend life. When I say extend life, what I mean is those things were so bigger in your life than Yahweh, so bigger than your life than Yahweh. So those things that were so much bigger in your life had consumed you. We're going to do it though. Now, we're not talking about surface stuff. It's not about surface stuff. We're talking about those things that have consumed your life, that has taken over. And because it has taken over, you walk slow. Your mental capacity is slow. Everything about you is slow and different. So that's what we're going to be talking about this afternoon. I got to get it right now, not tomorrow, this afternoon. And in that, it's come ready. That's what I just heard. Come ready to receive from Yahweh what he has for you. So as you go about your day to day, we still want to talk to you about making changes. Now, let me get back to the video. When you see yourself differently, when you see yourself prospering, when you see yourself victorious, when you see yourself an overcomer, when you see yourself and you value yourself more than other people. A lot of times we're consumed by what other people think about us. We're consumed by what other people feel about us, and we're not consumed about our own being. So what do? We spend a lot of time serving others. We do a lot of times pouring into others. And yes, this is just one factor that I'm talking about. And we spend a lot of time sowing into others because we think that if we reap, we're going to sow. We don't always sow where we reap. We don't always have the capacity to receive because we're so bogged down with the things of the world and how things is going on. So please, 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 it's time out for living for somebody else, for living your life because of what somebody has told you, how someone has made you feel, and we go off of that, and then we're disappointed. The word tells us that man will disappoint you every time, but we seem to forget those things until it happens to us. So yes, I want you to understand, change your words, change your world. That is so powerful. I can't see. It's a beautiful day, but my life is clouded by obstacles, situations, and things that won't let me benefit from the good of the land while I'm in the living. We're no longer are not going to just exist. We are going to come to a place now where we're no longer just existing, but our purpose, why we are sent here is aligning with our destiny, and we're going to conquer all. Why? Because we're going to speak things differently. We're going to talk differently. And we're not just going to talk differently. We're going to respond differently. We're going to act differently. Why? Because we're going to see the beauty in the day. So, those of you that even decided that you no want to live, for those of you that decided that people would be better off than without you, that is a lie from the pits of hell. If you're still here, you're here because Yahweh wants you to be here. If he didn't want you to, shalom, Brother Ben, thank you so much for being here. If he did not want you to be here, if he did not want you to be living, you would have been gone already. Don't try to do Yahweh's work and end your life. You have purpose, and your purpose has to line up with your destiny. So that means those things that have had you bound, you've got to release them. And the time is now. Time is short. It's getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Yeah, I remember my great grandparents and my grandparents saying, he's coming again. And he is. He's coming again. But he's coming for a church. He's coming for us that are on one accord. Those us that know who he is in our lives. He's coming for that. He's not coming for our foolishness. And I'm calling it foolishness. It's not foolishness, because it's real things in your life that has caused you to miss out on destiny, miss out on a greater purpose, to miss out on the inheritance that the Father has for you, because you're stuck. Enough is enough. No longer can you be stuck with the things that you've been stuck with for the last 50 years, last 60 years. And I'm almost 70. I'm going to put 70 in there. I'm going to say the 30 years for some of you. Those things that had you bound is enough. Is enough. So yes, I proclaim Pesach. Thank you so much. So, the other thing we like to say and talk about is I'm just going on. That's all right. I'm not just going on. But the other thing that we love to encourage you with is that, the saying, a world without you, no. Yeah, a world without you is like a world without color. And I don't think I really said that properly, but we want you to know that a world without you is like a world without color. And we live in a colorful world. You know when it's not colorful? When you can't see, when you don't understand that life is good. Why? Because the Father created us for a time such as this, for a purpose of building his kingdom. And when we're stuck in situations and things, we can't see how to build the kingdom. We can't see how he has made us a part of building the kingdom. He didn't just put us here. He created us to build the kingdom. And if we're not building, if we're not in the place that we're allowing him to do something on the inside of us, because it doesn't matter how many people. Do you know what? It's like when you go to a city. I'm using a city because a city is vibrant and it's just moving all the time. A lot of cities. When I go downtown Atlanta, I'm like, what is this? But a lot of cities, I get excited when I go to New York because I was born there, and when I go there, they tell me I get a different attitude. I get excited, and I'm moving with the crowd, and I'm just loving it. And when you don't love life, when you think that you're just here and you have no life, you are missing out on the bigger picture. Why? Because you can't see the beauty in your day. Yeah, situations come. We all have situations. We have things that have broken us. We have things that take years sometimes to get over because we can't understand what we're going through, why we went through it, and because of that, we live sometimes in a life for years, and we just exist. The Father doesn't want you just to exist, and that's why Minister Wanda is putting on the conference. Enough is enough. It is time to stop living a sabotaged life. It is time to get rid of that chatter in in your mind that keeps you bound. It is time for you to be patient, to wait on the Father, to see the what He has in store for you. It is so important that we understand the fact that there's more to life than our little corner. We have to come beyond our little corner. That man's sign said, "I'm blind, can you help me?" And this woman that was intentional. That was an intentional that woman was walking by and saw his sign and said, "Wait a minute," and turned the words around, that and then people began to give him because of the words that was spoken and not spoken. They were on the paper, but what they saw with their eyes, what they saw with their eyes connected to their heart, and they began to give not out of necessity, but out of the place that you know would make him more of an overcomer. When's that event? It's tonight at 3 p.m. your time. So that would be 6 p.m. Eastern time. And it'll be on Facebook, and it'll be on YouTube on Wanda L. Floyd's page. And I put in the description the address for anybody that was interested, that lives nearby or can come. The address is in there. If you can't come, the live stream will be available. So if you miss it, that means there'll be a replay that you can come back and listen to. But if you don't have to miss it, we don't want you to miss it. So yes, so it's so powerful that we see ourselves differently, that we understand that who the Creator is in our life has created us for a purpose and a plan. You're welcome. And for a purpose and a plan to build the kingdom. So if you're wondering what your job is, I'm using job. If you're wondering why you're here, you were created to build the kingdom. And that wasn't all, but that's at the top of the list. We have a not destiny. We have a purpose. Um, we have an obligation. Yes, we do live in a voice activated kingdom. And that is so true. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Thanks, Brother Ben. We have an obligation to seek the face of the Father, so that when we seek the face of the Father, He can turn around. And in His turning around, we open the door for Him to do what He had created for us to do from the beginning. Stop sitting around thinking and let's get busy. Yes, He pours into us. And when He pours into us, when we get to moving, He keeps adding to it. And when He adds to it, one of the things Alicia always tells us, she tells us, there's a part for you to do, there's a part for someone else to do, and there's a part for Yahweh to do. Do not think that is what He has given you, that no one else can play a part in it. There's only a part for you to do, and the part is to get up, brush yourself off, see yourself differently, and understand that where you're going is bigger than where you are right now. We think about, even when you think about the Israelites, and the Israelites was in in bondage. They was in exile. They was in bondage, and the Father said they cried out to me when they activated him in that portion of their life, and they began to speak out unto the Father and ask the Father to help them. The Father said, I heard the cry of my people. You are his people. You are a part of his workmanship. And he said, and I've got to see about my people. Some of us have been crying out a long time. He comes, sees about us, he tells us what to do, and we're like, but, or I can't, or how's that going to happen? Don't, if he's given you something to do, he's already given you provision for that something, but you got to get busy. Sometimes we look and we see a greater plan and we're like, wow, and we get excited. And then we start thinking in our own selves, our own natural selves, and we're like, wait a minute, I can't do this. I don't have what it takes. Provision is already made in what you have to do. He's not going to give you a vision and not give you provision for the vision. You know, they used to say that all the time in church. You got, and if there's a vision, there's provision, and it is so true. It is so true. So here we have the Israelites, and they are in a place. Hi, Lady Linda, so glad to see you. We're in the place. And anyone else that has not spoken, welcome, welcome, welcome to LKM Kingdom Living, Leslie's Lessons Learned. And if you have not hit that like sign, if you have not shared, if you have not subscribed, please do so at this time. So as we go on and we understand what it looks like to know enough is enough, what it looks like to be in a place where you're no longer going to be in the box, but outside of the box. My sister has done she has a book, and the book is called oh God, Burn the Box. The book is called Burn the Box and Surrender the Ashes. A lot of us have burnt the box, but we're still holding on to the ashes because we're not sure what's going to happen. And just in case we need to put that stuff back together, or just in case, you know, we're incubating things that we need to let go. Why? Because of the just in case. Just in case things don't change. Just in case things don't work out the way we think they're supposed to work out. I still have this in the bag just in case. That just in case is causing us a whole lot of chaos. It's causing us a whole lot of tragedy within our own purpose in life. It's time to get rid of the just in case. Yes, that book is powerful. It's a little read, but it's a powerful read. Your life will never be the same. So as you continue walking this walk out, and as you continue, ask the Father, first of all, forgive me, Father, for the bad seeds I have planted. There's some seeds that we have planted, and they're still growing because we didn't say enough is enough. We have planted, every seed we plant is not a good seed. Every seed we plant has not brought us fruit, vibrant fruit, haven't brought us fruit that we can eat. And our trees need to be pruned. And once our trees is pruned, and once we give it over to Yahweh, I was looking at some trees in Georgia, and they had pruned those trees. They had cut them all the way back, and I almost took a picture of it and said, this is what pruning looks like. But in our lives, there's got to be some pruning. And when you decide that enough is enough, then he can prune you. He can begin to do those things that he desires in you when you surrender. You got to surrender. And a lot of us can't surrender because we can't let go. A lot of us can't surrender because we don't know what the future holds. A lot of us can't surrender because we don't know what's next. We wake up in the morning and we live today like we did yesterday. He said mercies are new every day. He said great is his faithfulness unto us. But he says that he loads us daily with benefits, that every day we wake up is a new day. And we're so used to waking up and living it like we lived it yesterday. But it's a new day. He has new purpose. He has new plans for that day. And until we understand the concept of rest, and rest is supposed to revive you, rest is supposed to restore you. And a lot of times we don't wake up restored. A lot of times we don't wake up revived because we're still holding on to yesterday's craziness. Now, I'm not saying that everything goes away in one day, but what I'm saying is when you wake up expecting something new to happen. Wake up expecting the newness of the day, what the Father has created for you and has planned for you for that day. Oh, he is so intentional with our lives. And because he's so intentional, he puts us in position that we would never be the same. And the word tells us that. He tells us in his word that his mercies is new every day. Why? Because he don't want us to think that our day is contingent upon yesterday. It's not. It's not contingent upon yesterday. Every day is contingent upon that day. When you woke up this morning, I don't know if it's afternoon where you are. I don't know if it's morning where you are. I don't know if it's evening where you are. But even if it's evening, you're preparing for the next day to be better than the day before. One of the things that they used to say in testimony service or sing, is sweeter than the day before. That every day is better than the day before. If we could ever begin to live from that aspect of life, if we could ever begin to open up our hearts and receive things differently and understand who he is in our life, that's something that we don't understand. We don't understand who he really is in our life. So we take on our pain, we take on our hurt when he says, give it to me. The songwriter says, give it to me, I'll cherish it. He will take it from you and make your way lighter, make your heart, let's talk about the heart for a minute. So many are walking around with a broken heart, a heart that needs to be mended, a heart that needs to be recovered. We were talking to Pastor Daphne yesterday, and she was talking about her experience with her heart and the things that she went through, and how intricate our heart is with the rest of our lives, and how the procedures and stuff that has to be done when your heart is broken has to be done when your heart is overwhelmed, when your heart is overloaded. We don't understand that the spiritual side of that is what really has to take hold of it. And because we don't understand that the signals that our body is giving us is telling us, wake up, it's time to change. Wake up, let go of that stuff that caused you to be broken. Wake up, get rid of that stuff that has caused you to be bound. So many are bound, and you can listen to them talk and say, ooh, I pray for them. They're bound. They're bound by their situation. And most of us have been bound from childhood of different things that has happened in our lives. And now we're at the place where we're coming into awareness of who the Father really is and what he wants in our life and how he wants us to live. And it's causing us now to say, you know what? I don't have to live like this anymore. That, you know what? The devil, and I'm going to say the devil, is a liar. We used to always say that in church. The devil is a liar. I want you to know he is the liar. What does he come? He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. He lies to you. He lied to Eve. He made Eve think that things was going to be better because he was going to be in her life and not Yahweh. We give him too much credit. And yes, I said that. We give him too much credit. It's not so much that you're saying it out your mouth, but you come into agreement with what he says. Brother Ben was just talking about activating the words that we activate. He was just telling us that we live in, an apostle tells us this all the time. And those of you that know this or have an inkling of this. The words you speak, and people talk about it all the time. That's why the words you speak is what you get. And when my girls say certain things, I'm like, you have what you say. You go ahead, yeah, go ahead. What you speak is what you're gonna have. What's that song? What you get, never mind. It'll come to me in a minute. Maybe, maybe not. So it is important to understand that he wants to heal the heart. Enough is enough. The root of it is in the heart. The root of it is what he wants to deal with. So that means he's going to go deep. And when he goes deep, he's going to begin to repair. He's a repairer of the breach. Hallelujah. He's going to repair your heart. He's going to do a work in your heart where you can release things and you don't have to incubate those negative things. You don't have to incubate that brokenness. You don't have to incubate that disappointment. You don't have to incubate that rejection. So many live in a place of rejection, and rejection is a killer. It's here in my eye. A rejection is a killer. A rejection will kill you. Disappointment will kill you. Um, 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 waiting, um, understand that the opposite, the Father said, I wish above all that you prosper. Be in good health. What is good health? Seeing things differently, understanding that he is the Father and in him there is no mistake. He cannot lie. He says that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. He says that I have an inheritance. He says that I can be whole. He says that he loves me with an unconditional love. So no matter what I go through and who I'm going through, yeah, and comparing to, yeah, and that's another big one. There's just so many areas in our heart, and he talks about those issues. Comparison is an issue. Disappointment is an issue. Brokenness is an issue. Sickness is an issue. These are issues that he wants to take and change. So it's important that you understand that he loves you just enough to want to see you do differently, to want to see. Man, when you think about it, those Israelites was in bondage over 400 years before they literally cried out to the Father. Literally 400 years before they cried out to the Father and asked him for help. Don't go through life trying to handle things yourself. Do I do that? I do. I'm like, oh, I can handle that, or I don't want to disturb anybody. This might be off subject, but I'm just using this as an illustration. And the Father is like, but you don't have to. Why? There's a part for you to do, there's a part for someone else to do, and there's a part for Yahweh to do. I want you to understand that he did not put you here to work by yourself. Why? We are supposed to be fitly joined together. When I see that, a clean heart, it makes me think of Hezekiah's song years ago, Won't He Make You Clean Inside? And man, we used to jam to that song and swaying and carrying on. But it was just a song, because when you would go outside and see and he's working on us. Let me say this. He's working. Hey, Sister Doreen, he's working on us. This is a part of the process of working on us. He desires good things for you. He desires for you to be in a better place than where you are right now. He desires for you to have the goodness of the land. He wants you to reap the harvests. He wants you to understand that He has so much more for you. And when you show up for yourself, when you value yourself enough and show up for yourself on a consistent basis, He's like, I'm here, I'm changing you. It's not over. It's not over. Your life is not over. If you woke up this morning because He touched you with the finger of life, love, your life is not over. Your life has a beginning, it has a middle and the end. You're probably in the middle somewhere, but I want you to know that without Him, you'll never get to the end of your destiny. You have to allow Him to be part of your life. You know, the word tells us the showing up, faithfulness. It talks about it in Chronicles, talks about um, that Elohim looks to strengthen those whose hearts are fully committed to Him. Surrender. We have a place in the Son. The Son died on the cross, the door that we can surrender. How many of you repent, but it seems like it's hard to get out of that place you're in? It is a part of changing your mind. Change your words, change your world, but change your mind. The capacity of your mind can't hold but so much. So a lot of people end up with breakdowns. A lot of people end up never recovering from brokenness, and they end up in mental institute because their mind is so overloaded with things that are negative, things that doesn't bring them health, that doesn't bring them wholeness. The Father wants us to be whole. He tells us in His word He wants us to be whole. He tells us He wants us to be victorious. He tells us He wants us to be overcomers. But when we submit to those things that we feel like we can't get over, Ruach will come in and help you. Ruach will bring back the remembrance of what the words the Father has promised. He'll bring you back to an original state that you can go on. Yeah, don't stay there. If you need to find someone to help you through it, please do that. Please don't stay in a place of defeat because you feel like you can't come out. Why? Because of the chains. The word talks about the chains that bound us, not because of us. I'm going to say the chains that bounds us because we choose not to let go. We choose not to make our priority the things that pertain to the Father. And and yes, I'm saying we're going deep. I'm not saying that some of you might might need counseling. I'm not saying that some of you are not in a space where you can receive. Because of where you're at, you feel like you can't come out. I'm not saying those. There's people that honestly have been broken so much that they have to see a psychiatrist. They have to be on medication. I'm not disputing that at all, but I'm talking to those areas in our lives that we can relinquish. And a lot of us, when we relinquish those things, it causes us to be in a place of peace. It causes us to hear the Father, follow His instructions, and live life differently. They'll tell you, come out. You can come out some things now. We can't blame everything on our mental health. There's some things that we want to stay in, or we feel like we're trapped in. And the Father is like, I am your freedom. Yes, you can go to the psychiatrist. Yes, you can get the medication, but I need you to seek my face while I may be found. I need you to come because I am your deliverer. I'll set you free. I'll make things better for your life. He desires the better part of our lives to be whole. He doesn't want us. And so He puts us with people that can help us no longer live in the space that we're living in. There's people that's around you. Why? As Alicia said, there's a part for you to do, there's a part for somebody else to do, and there's a part for Elohim to do. You got to remember that it's the three parts. It's the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So let's say it this way. It's Yahweh, it's Adonai, and it's Ruach. It takes the three of them to cause you to be in a place of to be fulfilled. You can get on medication and you can be like a zombie. They can pump you up with so much medicine that you can't exist. You can't, and when I say exist, you're just like a zombie walking around. You don't even know what's next or what's taking place. Your mind is so cluttered because of medication. No, I'm not saying get off the medication, but what I'm saying is there is hope and that you can be released because of the Father's plan for your life. There's many in the Bible that was broken mentally, or should I say spiritually, mentally, and physically. And the Father would send an angel to minister to them right where they were and cause them to have hope. Your hope is in the Father. Yet it's not in the medicine, it's in the Father. So as you're taking your medicine, as you're seeing the psychiatrist is not your God. He's not your God. He's just that someone that the Father will use to help you get back on your feet. Because that's what they're supposed to do, help you get back on your feet, help you begin to see things differently. And not all of them are doing that because they get paid well. They get paid good. So make sure that whoever you go to, if you can find a spirit-led one that is truly, when you look up, what do you go to? You look up the comments of what people say about them and to see what type of psychiatrist is this. Or if you want to look up and see, or when you go to see him and you find out he's a believer and that he's concerned about you. The Father is concerned about you. That he will never leave you. He will never forsake you. And that's what his word says. He says, I am the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He doesn't change. We change. He doesn't shift and say, I'm going to go over here now. No, we shift and say, I'm going to go over here now. This ain't working. Stay long enough that you can see your victory. Stay long enough until, usually when we get to that point and we say it's not working, usually when we get to that point and it seems like there's nothing, it's nothing working out, it's when you're just about to cross over. But because of your situation that you have embraced that is bigger than the Father in your eyes, you can't see the plan he has for your life. We have to desire to better. The promise that those who do not give up will reap a harvest with the victory found in Yeshua. There's victory for each and every one of us. So listen, allow your space to be bigger than what you see. Open up your space, open up your heart, open up your mind to step into what is in store for your life. There's greater in store for your life. And we do trust in others, and we do have our hope in some trust in chariots, but those that trust in the name of the Lord. We can't make people our God. A few weeks ago, and she's coming back on, Dr. Glenice talked about how her husband was bigger than Yahweh. And because her husband was bigger than Yahweh, she didn't want to live. And I tell you, it took a year for her to even come back around to see that her life had purpose. Can I tell you, when you lose a loved one, there is a process. There's 7 stages that you go through, but you cannot stay there. You cannot stay in a place where you have no hope and you no longer want to live. People that have lived with, have been married longer than they've been single, that grew up with their mate. I knew a couple that they were boyfriend and girlfriend since kindergarten. And when she died first, but he continued to live. He didn't die. He continued to live life. He continued to do things. And then you have those that only knew each other, maybe 20 years, maybe even 30 years, but they have consumed themselves with that person and they don't leave room for Yahweh and they don't even see it. Just because you go to church, just because you sing on the choir, just because you usher, just because you're a minister, just because you're a pastor, it doesn't mean that you don't allow things to creep in and take the place of the Father. You can love someone so much that you have made them first partaker in your life. It's easy. So you got to beware. He says, we are not ignorant of the devices of Satan. And I'm going to throw this in there with it, that we have to become aware of how we place people in our lives. So victory. And how do we get victory? Standing on the word, faith. Faith is the word. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, that comes through the word, that gives you hope, that allows you to stand up. And when you stand up, you come into agreement with what that word is saying, and then faith comes alive. And when faith comes alive, faith leads you to a different place. It causes you to be able to endure. It causes you to be strengthened. He told Joshua, get up from there. Moses has died. You've got to leave the people. Can I tell you to get up from there? There's something you have to do for the Father. And as long as you lay there, it won't get done. As long as you think it's hopelessness, it's not going to get done. As long as you think that there is nothing left for you to do, it's going to consume your life. So we want you to know and understand that the endurance and the standing on the word, taking him at his word, believing him, and do not doubt. You cannot doubt him in the season of your life. You've got to get up and brush yourself up, hold your head up, and remember that he loves you enough to bring you out. So you got to be courageous. You got to be in a place that you continue to show up. Don't stop showing up for yourself. It's very important. Hey, Ash, don't stop showing up for yourself. Remember that you have purpose in life. What was that thing? Let me see if I can find it real quick. Ashley had sent something yesterday. And it said, let me see if I can find it. Anyway, let me stop. I can't stop talking. So, as you go through your day, yeah, I don't see it now. As you go through your day, I want you to understand that your day, the purpose for your day has already been installed. I'm going to say installed. Before you woke up this morning, the day had been planned. The Father has making sure that you have a successful day, making sure that you do not, oh, here it is, Let the opportunities come to you. And so when you look at that and you begin to think about your opportunities, when you're in a bound place, your opportunities don't come. There's opportunities in your life that you have not, and not just you, I have not experienced yet because I allowed things to get in the way of it. And I tried to do things my way. And I tried to think that I was smarter than the Father. When you do it your ways, because you think you're smarter than the Father. When the Father tells you to do something and you say, well, I think I need to do it this way, it's because you don't trust Him enough to understand that the way He tells you to do it is going to bring you out. It's just like driving down the road, and you drive down the road and the Father say go right and you go left and you get stuck in traffic and you're like, oh man, I should have went right. I should have followed you. Well, as He's growing you up in your life, there's going to be some things that you experience that you're going to be like, man, I should have listened to you. And the only thing that does is make you listen to Him more. It develops you to trust Him more. It develops you to understand that you walk by faith, not by sight. It causes you to understand that your world is not as big as His, that what He has for you is bigger than what you have. So what does He tell us? He tells us in His word, my thoughts is not your thoughts. My ways is not your ways. So when He says go right, go right. One day he told me, he says, I want you to go have breakfast. And I was like, okay. And I was going to Sam's Club. And I said, I'll go to Sam's Club first. He said, no, I want you to go now. So I said, okay. So I went over to the place and I'm sitting there. And this man was sitting and he started talking. And he was just talking about him and his girlfriend and how they travel and they go places. And they were about to get ready to go somewhere. And we just sat there. It was at a bar. We wasn't sitting at the same table. It was a food bar. And as we were sitting there, and I got ready to get up, and I said, well, it was good talking to you. He's like, oh, no, 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 wait a minute. Give me your bill. I'm going to pay your bill. We miss out on so many rewards and benefits thinking that we need to do it our way. Enough is enough of doing it our way. Enough is enough. Thinking that we have a better idea of how things are supposed to be than Yahweh. The plan He has for you is bigger than you could ever imagine. I used to think about being in front of people. I used to think about it. I used to think about, He showed me years ago me speaking at conferences and a lot of people. And, but a lot of things He would set me up for, and then I would try to do it the way I thought it should be done. We cannot afford to miss the bigger picture. So I pray that I wasn't just rambling and that you say to yourself, enough is enough. That you make a decision that you're going to sit at His feet and hear from Him and allow Him to be a better version in your life. The version that you have of yourself has caused you to think negative, has caused you to embrace things that you've done and said that the Father would never forgive you. All you have to do is ask Him, forgive me. And guess what? He's a forgiver to those that ask. Don't walk around with your head hung down and saying, He doesn't love me. He's not going to forgive me because that's the worst I've done. He doesn't see you that way. And then on top of it, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for the things you've done. I talked about in the beginning, asking Him to forgive us for the foolish things that we do, the mistakes we made. But you got to forgive yourself too. A lot of us are asking Him to forgive us. We never forgive ourselves. We never give ourselves time to heal to heal through the process of love, because it's His love that keeps you day by day. So learn to allow Him to love on you. And I'm going to say happy birthday again to Alfreda. I pray that you enjoy your day today, and that um, you receive this year, even this year, the desires of your heart. Man, that came fast. Last year we was in Aruba for your birthday. This year where are we? In Cali for your birthday. It seemed like we just left Aruba, but happy birthday and many more to you. Not just a birthday, but many more with life, health, and strength that you would receive, well, you're already receiving, but you'll continue to receive the rewards that the Father has for you. Well, I'm done. And I pray that you tune in today to Enough is Enough, hosted by Wanda L. Floyd. You don't want to miss it. There's something there for you. Have a beautiful day. And remember, I love you. I can never love you the way that Yahweh loves you. Allow Him to embrace you and overtake you with His love. Let it ooze out of you. You'll see that you see things different. You'll respond differently to people. You won't be so nasty and evil because now you have the love of the Father in you. Continue to press on and do the will of the Father. Till we meet again, have an amazing day. Shalom.